Hello and welcome to Leonard Brothers Game. I'm David Leonard, and unfortunately John Leonard is unavailable as he is sleeping. So I decided to finally set up the PlayStation 3 and figure out how to record from it. And this is Resident Evil Dark Side Chronicles. This was originally a game on the Wii. It has since been ported over to the PS3 and given an HD treatment along with its partner game, Resident Evil Umbrella Chronicles. So you can play as Claire or Leon, and if John was willing to play this game, he would probably be second player, but he isn't really. So you can play this game, at least in the original Wii version, of course, use the Wii remote to aim at the TV and fire like a typical light gun would. But in this case, I'm using the controller, normal PS3 controller with the analog stick. You could use the Wii, no, not the Wii, the PlayStation Move controller with the little plastic ball on top that lights up and stuff. I do have one of those, but I chose not to use it at this point because I don't have the camera hooked up onto this thing. It's just too much of a hassle to get it to record, let alone do anything else. I know we mentioned in our last episode about Nintendo Land. Yes, Nintendo Land. That we were going to have a series of episodes with two of our friends from work featuring the games in Nintendo Land. And we recorded 6 episodes, but after the first episode, I realized that the laptop I was recording from wasn't plugged in, and we didn't get any of the audio from our competition. So, I mean, the game's audio was there, but our conversation wasn't. Okay, so now we're in gameplay, and unlike a lot of the other Resident Evil games, this is a on-rail shooter. So you don't really move anywhere on your own. You just aim the target reticle and just fire at their heads like normal zombies. And I haven't really gotten far in this game, so at least it's going to be a little fresher compared to other ones.
Hey, let's go over to the police station.
But it's supposed to be based on the story of the previous Resident Evil games, just played in a different way.
Let's go.
I mean, I've tried to play the other games, and there's a guy at work who really enjoys survival horror, and I am not one of them, so when I see a game, it's, I like the story. I've read the books, you know, really happy with those. But, generally, I'm not pleased with the style of tank controls. Everyone's like, oh yeah, tank controls make it harder, and it's more interesting that way. Like, no, tank controls are just frustrating, honestly. On one hand, obviously it's part of the gameplay, but on the other hand, it's just irritating. And of course, this is free on PlayStation Plus, is one of the things I'm trying to do when I'm playing a PS3 game. I'm going to try to play the games that are free. So it's a nice demonstration of if you're willing to spend the $50 a year, although for the last Black Friday, I was able to get a year for $30. So if you happen to get it on a deal, and you get some cool free stuff available. They also gave away Resident Evil 5 as well, which was not that well received. It basically was one of the first Resident Evil games to force multiplayer, and every time I would play, my AI partner would just, you know, empty an ammo clip right into a wall, and then just ask me for more ammo, which she would immediately empty into another wall, instead of shooting the zombies like we're doing here. Although this is much better. The nice thing about this, though, is that
Hey, are you all right?
it kind of reminds me of
I can't believe this.
some of the other shoot 'em ups like Sega made, like House of the Dead. There we go, House of the Dead. Of course, they also had Typing of the Dead too, which was quite a treat seeing all these words popping up and stuff. They recently released that on Steam to great acclaim. And of course, you pass around these areas and pick up different weapons before the camera points away from them. And I think if I can switch weapons by the D-pad. Good checkpoint.
What's wrong with this town? What the hell are they?
I do remember playing through this
I'm a
section.
rookie.
This was
Don't
part of
ask
the
me.
demo
I just
for Resident
got
Evil
here.
2.
What is that?
Although
Did you smell that?
you just
Oh,
played as
God, it
Leon. You didn't have
reeks.
Claire with you at the
Something
time.
must be
You're
rotting.
like separate.
We'd better
So
be
because it wasn't really a
careful.
multiplayer game at the time. Of course, they tried to fix the game with Resident Evil 6,
go.
but I don't think it worked as well. Okay, where was it? There it is. Oh. Well, I can't even shoot it though.
Looks like they want a piece of you, huh?
Very
Alright.
funny.
I suppose I could discuss a little bit about the YouTube issue that's been going on lately with content ID stuff. Our videos, even all of them have been claimed. Most of them have been claimed by Nintendo for valid reasons. I mean, I don't argue the fact that it's their content. They created the game, but if I were to post, say, just the cutscenes of all their games, obviously those are static. Those stay the same, no matter what. You can't really play a cutscene in a different way than anything else. So that would really be stealing their original content. But the gameplay itself, it's always a unique experience. I mean, nobody necessarily plays the game exactly the same way, or does exactly the same things as everybody else.
Yeah.
So
Why are they attacking
why should that
humans?
be copyrighted? Why
men
should
in the
that be
gun shop
claimed
looked like
by the
they
companies who made the
No
game?
way.
If
Not gonna
anything,
let
this
that
is just
happen
free
to me.
publicity.
We're not the only
I
ones.
mean, obviously,
left
this is a
alive,
rather
are we?
old game, and pretty much,
No,
I think,
of course
only
not.
downloadable, at least on the
Can't give up.
PS3. There
There's
is a
gotta
disc
be
copy on
someone
the
left
Wii,
alive.
but the HD remake
You're
is
right.
only on the PlayStation Store. Or Xbox, I think. It might be an Xbox version, I'm not sure.
Here too?
Anyways, I do find this more entertaining, as this is pretty much the style of the game that I enjoy. I do enjoy shooting all the zombies, but I don't necessarily enjoy the movements, the controls, and the other clunky features of the series has held on to. Of course, there's also the general scare factor as well. I pretty much play games to enjoy myself, not necessarily have a hard time, or to be frustrated by them, or to be confused by them either. And Resident Evil is just one of those games that frustrates and confuses me, at least the regular series. So even though I did get Resident Evil 5 for free, playing even with another person, it is not that helpful when it comes right down to it. I did play the demo of Resident Evil 6 though, and I was a little more impressed by it. It had more physical controls. If you get up to somebody, you don't necessarily have to shoot them. There is more quick time events to kill them off really quickly, rather than getting
They could
caught and
attack us
killed
at any
instantly.
minute.
Let's see, pick up this thing. There we go.
This is like a horror movie.
But you don't have to do this many stunts in a horror movie.
All right. If we can get through here.
That's
police
just
station
leveling
is
seems
close.
to technically meta.
It's so quiet.
Yeah, but this place is in ruins too.
Maybe they all evacuated.
I hope so.
I'm trying to talk over more of this because I noticed that the videos that did get flagged were ones that, if I had enough time of silence, they got automatically tagged, saying that, oh, this is content property of Nintendo or whoever. Of course, in this case, it would be Capcom.
These things are
But
everywhere.
oh, the dogs, the zombie dogs. There we go. Now, I don't know if this game necessarily makes it any easier for you, if it recognizes that you're not using the move controller, because I did notice that, obviously, if you're using the move controller, in the Wii's case, the Wii remote, it is much more precise.
This is taking forever. There's too many of them.
Oh, I do like the music in the background, that's nice.
They won't let us through.
I
Shotgun.
hate this.
If I can aim, that would be great. Die.
Can't kill them all.
Reload. Why do shotguns take so long to reload? Just back in the old days, Doom was pretty good about that. Doom is 20 years old now. It's hard to believe it's been that long. So I played Doom, I downloaded it. At least the shareware version on the 28.8 baud modem back in '93
That's the Raccoon City Police Department.
on a bulletin
Are you
board
sure?
station,
Yeah.
and played it on a 486 DX2. Oh, those were the
It'll catch
days.
fire.
What?
Okay. know if this is the end of the level or what. Wake up! Wake up! You're gonna die! Alright.
You alright?
Clear, behind you.
It also seems like it has kind of an auto-lock feature too, which should be pretty useful.
Run!
Alright, I'm going to pause it now since we're kind of close to time. And maybe we'll have an episode 2 of this, if it gets any popularity or whatsoever. Until then, happy gaming.